Hello! Give me a minute. Welcome to How to Be a Composed Bitch with Class. Actually, it's not how to be, it's just composed bitch with class. I'm gonna be 100% honest right now. I'm gonna film this whole podcast, and if I look ugly, I'm gonna delete it. Because I think that's one of my biggest hindrance when it comes to things that I'm doing online, is that if I think I look ugly, I'm not gonna post it. I don't care. I'm starting to get a little bit better at it. Like, I posted this boxing video that I did with my brother where he was trying to teach me how to box. My microphone. What the fuck? There. Oh my god. I posted a video where my brother's trying to teach me how to box, and I look like a sausage in it. No shade to myself. Like, listen, it happens. I was living life before that. I wasn't working out very much. It happens. Anyway, welcome to Composed Bitch with Class. I can't find the comment, but I promise, I swear on my life, that there was a comment on my Yasemin Gem's life TikTok that was like, you should start a podcast. And I was like, actually? And they were like, yeah, I think. I couldn't find the comment, but I swear on my life it existed. And I think it was just a compliment, but I'm taking it seriously, and I am starting a podcast. Now, to be honest, I filmed this episode before. I already filmed this episode. I was in the process of editing it. I was in the process of editing it. And then I thought, why am I not filming this? Like, why am I not, like, look at me. Why am I not filming this? I'm just kidding. I wasn't planning to do this, but today I just got the impulse. I think it's because I really feel good in this top. So I was like, I need to film something. Welcome again to Compose Bitch with Class with yours truly. So this is just gonna be like an introduction, okay? What am I gonna talk about? What is this gonna be like? What's the vibe of this podcast or YouTube thing? Whatever this is, I don't know what this is yet. Firstly, I wanted to feel like we're hanging out. I personally love talking to myself. When I'm alone, I'm constantly talking to myself, and that's usually where I come up with a lot of the ideas that I talk about on TikTok, is when I'm talking to myself and I'm just thinking about my life and I'm making connections and I'm like analyzing things that I do, basically like a spy back of my day. That is when I come up with all these life lessons, if you will. And I want this to be an extension of that, where I can be a lot more specific, a lot more detailed, and a lot more personal about the things that I talk about on TikTok. I don't know if that sentence worked. Composed Bitch with Class is gonna be a bunch of, I have my notes here even. It's gonna be a bunch of unsolicited advice you never asked for, but trust me, you need to hear. This advice will change your life. I wanna talk about how the whole Composed Bitch with Class thing started. I'm spilling the tea to you guys right now. Also, all my neighbors can see me do this because for the lighting, I opened all my windows and everyone can see me film myself. Like, they can see what's being filmed and I can't right now. But basically, I was having a roommate situation one day, okay? And it happens. Everyone has roommate situations. 6 girls in one apartment. It's expected. It's normal. We're grown-ups though, right? We know how to handle these things. Or so I thought. We're all about to lose our minds. Now, my issue with this specific person in that moment was that, I'm sorry, I can't like stop looking at the neighbors because I'm so embarrassed right now, but it's okay. My main issue that I was having with this person is that this person was being a little rude. You know, everyone is allowed to express their thoughts and opinions and ask for certain favors, especially when we're living together. But there's a way to do it. And this person didn't really know how to do it and was doing it not very nicely. There was a lot of This person was very condescending, a tad bit rude, I have to say, and had done a bunch of things that we had reason to confront this person as well. I don't know if any of my sentences are English right now, like if any of my sentences are grammatically correct right now, but let me set the scene for you guys. It's like, I don't know, 10 p.m. Everyone is exhausted. Everyone has had a long day. It's like the middle of the year. Everyone's like dying. We all just want to come home, have our dinner, take our shower, go to bed. We're tired. And we are being spoken to in the most condescending, rude manner you can imagine. And guys, normally I would say I'm a pretty controlled person. I don't lose it with a lot of people. I almost never lose it. I can't remember a time where I lost it with someone because I think that shows weakness. That's just not my vibe. I think it's embarrassing. I remember in that moment, I had to take a minute and I had to close my eyes and I had to pray to God that I would not slap this bitch. That sounds aggressive, but I had to pray to God. I was like, God, don't let me say anything stupid. Please don't let me lose my shit. Please let me be composed and let me get everything that I need to say to this person out in the most composed, elegant way possible. Because that's when people listen, by the way. If you're screaming and crying and swearing, no one's going to take you seriously. And I knew that. So I was like, please, God, help me keep my cool. I managed to listen to everything that this person had to say while responding to it very politely and getting across every single one of my points and setting some very, very clear boundaries of how someone is allowed and not allowed to speak to me. Back to how I came up with this name, Composed Bitch with Class. Called my mom like day, told her about everything that had happened, and I said, because I was so proud of myself, I didn't lose my cool, and I said everything so well. And I called my mom and I said, Mom, like, you see, I did the whole thing without even being a bitch. And she goes, no, Yasa, you were still a bitch. You were just a composed bitch with class. I dropped everything. I was in the middle of the street in New York. I was walking back from like Whole Foods or something. I stopped and I took out my notes app and I wrote down composed bitch with class because I was like, that is everything. Composed bitch with class. I'd like to clear some things up. When I say bitch, the bitch in composed bitch is not an actual bitch. The reason why I say bitch is because I think something that's very important in a composed bitch with class is that you stand true. That you stay true to yourself, and you do what you think is right. If you have something to say, you say it. If you disagree with something, you say it. You stand up for yourself. And I think sometimes people who are not as confident as you, people who are not at the same level as you, sometimes see that as you being a bitch when you're just being real. It's usually people that don't know how to be real who take offense to these kind of things. So like that authenticity and that outspokenness is what I mean when I say bitch, in quotes, bitch. And so who is a composed bitch with class? What is a composed bitch with class? A composed bitch with class is confident. She is strong. She has self-respect. Self-respect. Let me repeat that for you guys. Self-respect. She loves herself. She is kind. She is in full control of herself and her actions and her emotions for the most part. How do I phrase this? She knows how to stand up for herself without stooping to anyone's level and without putting anyone down. And that is what I'm going to be talking about mostly in this podcast. Of course, we're going to have chats, but I think ultimately it's all going to connect to this. We're going to have a confidence episode. We're going to have a kindness episode, different pillars to self-confidence. So many things that I want to talk about, and I want to elaborate more, and I want to give you real life examples, which sometimes I don't have time to do on TikTok. I want to do it here, and I think it would be so much fun, and I would love to know what you guys think. Okay, bye now.